I'd like to welcome you all to our Thursday 1:30 p.m. session today with a new guest for this year, Age Friendly DC. And it's our first time having Hannah on. So welcome Hannah to our sessions.
Thank
Uh,
you.
the Wild Tech DC's Senior Digital Inclusion Program, its owners and presenters offer technical assistance, virtual health well-being information designed for educational purposes only. You should not rely on the info and any apps or topics made by Wild Tech, including but not limited to mobile device applications, and any social media pages maintained by Wild Tickets owners or presenters as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or legal advice. Thank you so much for letting me read the disclaimer. If you cannot see us, hear us, let us know in the chat. If let's keep our TVs and cell phones in mind, but also our microphones. But please make sure to take notes and or screenshots as well. Make sure to take a look at the chat because I'm pretty sure we'll be sharing a few links in the chat today. So keep your eyes on that. But you can review and rewind this video on YouTube as much as you'd like. So hello, YouTube. Please share this video with others, anyone that you know, so that way we can enrich and encourage our DC community. Hannah, thanks so much for going over the livability survey with us. If you could introduce yourself and your topic for today. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm here as your tech support. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hello, I am so excited to be here. My name is Hannah Kaufman. I am the Age Friendly DC Program Officer. Um, I have been in this role for just over 4 months now. So not a super long time, but I've been working with Age Friendly in different capacities for a little over a year as a volunteer and now in this position. So I am thrilled to be able to share with you more about Age Friendly DC and some of the work that we're doing today and also in the future. And if you have any questions as we go, please don't hesitate to ask or as Alex said, raise your hand or whatever the norms here are. And if there's something in the chat, Alex, if you could help me by
Mhm.
flagging
Mhm.
that for me.
I got you. We're in this together. We see your presentation. It looks beautiful. We're excited.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, I will get started. Um, yes, again, I'm with Age Friendly DC, and I know that you've had speakers in the past who've maybe talked a little bit about Age Friendly DC. So some of it may be a review for you today, but I'll go over a little bit of our history and what we do and how we do it. And
Yeah,
again,
we have some new faces on since then, so
wonderful.
this is great. Thank you.
Yes, this is me. I will say that my background is in public health and um, policy around public health and disability and aging. So being able to work with Age Friendly is a dream for me because it brings together the things that I'm really excited about. And I believe the way that we approach aging with Age Friendly DC is really a public health lens. The structural and social factors that influence aging. So we
Oh,
take
your mic went out, Hannah.
Yes. Thank you all. I appreciate your patience. Yes, I'm thrilled to be in the role. It marries things that I'm really passionate about, and that's public health and aging. And it really takes into account that we don't age in a bubble, we don't live in a bubble, and that the our ability to live and age well has a lot of influences, structural and social influences, and not everyone has the same opportunities. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. So to give you an idea of what age friendly is, because I think maybe some folks aren't familiar with it, it is part of district government. It's in the Office of the Deputy Mayor for Health and Human Services. And we work across district government and we work with individuals and community organizations across the district with the goal to make DC a better place for us to live, work, play, learn, and all the other things we do in our lives as we grow older. We are working to ensure that lifelong aging is a consideration in all of the district plans and actions. I know you are probably familiar with many of the plans that the district government has, but they touch on a range of issues, but every one of them should be taking into account the role of older adults and the wealth of knowledge and experience that older adults bring. And so we should be tapping into that. We should be listening to you um, to find out what's working and what's not. I put together a little bit of a visual to try and communicate what it is that Age Friendly does. So Age Friendly DC is sort of like the umbrella here that brings together folks, that coordinates work, that convenes work, and really lifts it up and shares that information with other people around the work in the district related to older adults and the people who care for and about them. And I hope that's everyone, right? Like, I hope every single person can consider themselves under this umbrella, because if you're not an older adult, you know, God willing, you will be. And we all care for and about them. So it's a pretty big umbrella. And we're working with folks within district government in every department and agency, but just some of them that you might be familiar with are the Department of Aging, DC Public Libraries. For me, there's nothing more age friendly than the public libraries and the services that they have. The Department of Healthcare Finance, Parks and Recreation, the District Department of Transportation, or DDOT, as many know it, and the Department of Insurance, Security, and Banking. Those are just to name a few where older adults are specifically listed in their programming. And then throughout the community, so DC villages, some of you may belong to a village, local universities, AARP, and the district long-term care coalition. And that's just to name a few. So what is our mission? The mission of Age Friendly is to improve the experience of aging for all community members by making improvements to the built environment, to changing attitudes about age and other characteristics, and improving lifelong health and security. And our work is broken up into three, we call them pillars, and those are the pillars. So the built environment, changing attitudes, and improving lifelong health and security. And I'll show you a visual. And our vision is a city in which all community members have optimal health, longevity, and quality of life as they age. And I think that's a beautiful vision. So how are we going about that? Our strategic plan is one that is focused on a lifelong, equity-focused, multi-sector plan of work to improve longevity and well-being for all. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with a life course approach, but while many people think about age-friendly and work related to age-friendly, they think of, people 50 and above or 60 and above, 70 and above. But age-friendly recognizes that, again, we don't age in a bubble and we don't get to 60 and have all the same opportunities. People throughout their lives have different opportunities and barriers and life experiences that affect your experience with growing older. And we have to recognize that and to take into account those opportunities. For example, opportunities for education, employment, a healthy neighborhood, safe neighborhood, those all affect how we can, our abilities to age with a good health span, wealth span, and lifespan. So those are kind of the key components. And it's equity focused. We want every single person in the district of every race, gender, ability, religion, sexual orientation, geographic location, and other components to have a long and healthy life. And to be able to make that happen, we have to work together. This can't be just district government. It can't just be community organizations advocating. It has to be all of us coming together to make improvements. I want to give you an idea of sort of where we've been and where we're going. So age friendly, I'll start a little bit earlier than this timeline. So the concept of age friendly communities isn't that old. It started in 2008 in Europe with the World Health Organization. And then the first city in the United States to be an age friendly city was New York City in 2011. And the second city was the District of Columbia. And we were the first city to be under the AARP umbrella. So AARP is the organization that organizes and works with age-friendly cities and communities in the United States. And we were the first city in the United States with AARP doing this work.
That's amazing. You know, we
It
work
is.
with we work with Legal Counsel for the Elderly, so they're heavily, with them as well. So you see that multi-sector thing going on right there.
Absolutely. And we work with them also. Yeah, there are so many wonderful people coming together to try and make the district and beyond, but certainly the district a better place to live and age. Um, so in 2012 is when the district joined the network, but that was just sort of a declaration, right? There was a lot of work to be done to make it a an age-friendly city. And so in 2013, 2014, they spent, I was not with Age Friendly at the time, but the folks who were with Age Friendly at the time consulted thousands of residents, maybe some of you, I hope, to find out what people's priorities are, what was working well, what was not working well, and really formed the first strategic plan based on those experiences. So focus groups and big forums and one-on-one meetings with people. And our strategic plans for age friendly are 5-year plans. So the first 5-year plan was in 2014, and we had 10 topic areas that we were working in 2014. The second strategic plan was in 2018, and they added a few more topic areas based on the feedback from folks about where more attention was needed. And I'll point those out. And then in 2024, we started the current strategic plan. So this 5-year plan, we are now right in the middle. And the person who previously was in this role, Gail Cohn, who some of you might know and remember in this role, she left at the beginning of last year officially, and I joined about 4 months ago. So we had about a full year where there wasn't someone officially in this role. Gail was volunteering, I was volunteering with her to try and keep the work moving forward. And this will give you an idea of sort of how we work, what the structure is. So there is a task force of 37 members. About half of them come from the community and about half of them come from district government. And we work around the 14 different domains or topic areas together. We have age-friendly co-chairs. So 2 people head the task force, one from district government and one from the community. And then these are broken up, we call them pillars, into groups of themes. The first is built environment, and that includes outdoor spaces and buildings and transportation. And then you can see we also have 2 other pillars with various topic areas, which I'll go over in just slightly more detail. But just to give you an idea of how we work. So every age-friendly community has to have the first of these 8 domains: outdoor spaces and buildings, transportation, housing, social participation, respect and inclusion, social inclusion, civic participation in employment, communication, information, and community support and health services. So any community, and now there are over 1,000 age-friendly cities and communities in the United States. So we were really at the beginning of this work in the United States. And every one of those communities and cities talks about or focuses on those 8 areas. In the first strategic plan, I mentioned there were 10 domains. So in that first couple of year process where people were giving their feedback about what was working and what they needed more support on, people in the district made sure that we added emergency preparedness and abuse, neglect, and undue influence. Then in the next strategic plan, we also added financial security, lifelong learning, public safety, and care partnering to the work that we do. And those are the current domains that we work around. Oh, I think I got ahead of myself here. Okay, I'm going to go back to the other slide. So these are what the domains look like, sort of broken down. And they're the built environment has outdoor spaces, transportation, and housing. And these groups come together twice a year. We'll come together next in October with members of the task force and members of the broader community to talk about what's working well in these spaces, what progress has been made to make the city a better place to live and age regarding outdoor spaces, transportation, and housing. So, there you can imagine there's a lot of overlap in those topic areas. And pillar two, again, try to sort of group these together, but it's a lot of it is about changing attitudes around aging through social participation. It's also about, this domain overlaps a lot with social connection and preventing isolation for folks. So social participation, respect and social inclusion, opportunities to be involved in the way that the city functions through civic participation and employment, and also communication and information. And I will say that the final pillar or grouping of domains is there's a lot more diversity because this is where everything that was added sort of fell. It could probably get restructured a little bit, but this is a very diverse group of themes around health and security. But again, super important things that most of these, as I mentioned, came from district residents who said, we need to talk about public safety, or we need to talk about how to improve the opportunity of care partnering or caregiving. That's just another term for caregiving within the district. So those are all our different topic areas. I'm going to go back a few because it seems like I had a sneaky slide. Um, oh, and just kind of say that in future meetings, I believe at my next meeting with you all, I will be talking about these block by block walks. And if there are questions, we can talk more about that. But the main topic area that I have today is the age-friendly DC livability survey. And I am really excited to talk with you all about this. And then if you're interested, after sort of mentioning, my plan was to share the link with you all and to walk through it with you. And you can let me know if you have any questions. You can fill it out on your end while we're speaking, or hopefully go back and fill it out when we're done, but we'll take some time to do that.
The main thing I noticed is that it's 50 years and up. So I mean, that's even more people. Like we everyone on the call is 60 and up. So that's even more. So let your friends know and make sure you copy the link. And I'm excited to talk about it.
Yes, please. So Age Friendly DC has had a livability survey for folks in the district, not always older adults. Sometimes they tried to get from a broader audience, but has had this livability survey for at least 10 years. And there's been a lot of work over the years to try and figure out how to encourage folks to fill it out, or events to go at, and it's been a learning process. But as I am now in this role newly, we're working really hard to partner with different organizations, to partner with DACL, the Department of Aging, to get the paper survey out to folks. If you prefer a paper survey to an online survey, I can also provide that to you if you let me know either in the chat, or you can send me an email. But some people prefer to fill out paper copies. The online version is very user friendly as well, and we'll walk through that together. But we have both
Very
on.
friendly. We're so tech savvy on here. So I wanna
No,
and I know
you're
you're gonna
ahead
talk.
of you're ahead of the game. It's on Microsoft Forms too, so I feel like it's pretty easy to
Hmm.
use just generally compared to some other online surveys. And it's for district residents 50 and older. So we want to be inclusive of a little bit broader group. We have some caregiving questions on here, so we wanted to make sure to gather information from a a broader audience than just I don't know, an older demographic necessarily. Um, and we're distributing them in libraries, senior wellness centers, community dining sites, at community events, some senior housing. If you know of somewhere that we should be distributing the paper copies, please let me know. I would love to know that. But I'm really excited for it. And then just to say, and I don't think that I say this on the next slide, but um, this is the flyer that we have out right now.
If you
Filling this
guys have your
out,
phone, you can take your phone out and scan the QR code with your camera. So make
yes.
sure you all go to the English form, but I will also put it in the chat. So I'll be able to do
Oh,
that for
thank
you.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yes. So two things. One, I'm excited because we're offering it in multiple languages this year. If you're on the call and feel comfortable using if English is your first language or one that you feel comfortable in, then you can fill it out through the link in English. We also have it available online in Spanish. And then we have paper versions if you have friends or neighbors who would prefer it to be in Chinese, Korean, Amharic, French, and Vietnamese. These are the languages that the district um, for some program requires communication to be in, for some encourages. So I wanted to make sure that we have those available to folks. We have paper versions of those in those languages, and can make that available um, if there's any request. But I want to share.
Raise your hand if you see the link in the chat, folks. So raise your hand in Zoom if you see the link in the chat. If you're just aware that it's there, if you see it, if you've tapped on it already, just as you open it, please raise your hand in Zoom as Hannah talks about it. So the link is in the chat. Make sure, yeah, I see your hand already. Good. Make sure you tap on that link and try to, maybe fill it out as or right after
And
Hannah's
I'll
finished.
walk through with you. As
Yes.
soon as this slide is done, I'm gonna open it up and we can go through it together. And you can also ask me questions if you have any.
Amazing. Okay, so please raise your hands as you're opening the survey. But I also see that red star right there, so go on ahead, Hannah.
Yeah, two things. One, I will say like a nice incentive is that we will be pulling names, whether from the online pool and from the paper version, to award two people $100. Your name and your personal information is not connected to the survey. So you'll see, we'll go through it. It'll collect information about where you live and what your experience is, and then there'll be a separate link at the end. And if you click on that link, you can put in your personal information so that they aren't attached to each other at all. That the second link will just enter you into the drawing. But I do want to say that this data is important. Collecting this data, I understand hesitation around surveys for many reasons. Completely understand that. I would say that your answering this survey directly benefits older adults in the district, because without information, without data, we cannot advocate for the things that we should be advocating for, the priorities of older adults in the district. So I would strongly encourage you to fill it out if you feel comfortable doing so. And again, your name and personal information will not be attached to it. Does anyone have questions before we move to completing the survey, or at least going through it together?
I see Louise and Miss Thomas. Good. Anyone? Yes. Anyone else? Raise your hand once you've accessed the form. If you've tapped on the link, if you see the link in the chats. Please have your hand raised, or if you have any questions, you can you'll be able to you can unmute yourself. Raise your hand once you've accessed the link, but you can unmute yourself if you have any questions. Again, the
This is my
link.
information. I will put it into the chat as well, but I'm going to exit out of here and I'm going to
Mhm.
go to the actual survey. This is the screen that you should be seeing um,
Mhm.
when you get to the survey. should I
Yeah.
wait a little bit to start going through it?
No, it's okay. You can go through again.
Okay.
You're recording, so
Okay.
folks can go back and see. But I recommend. I'm right. I wish I could submit one, but I'm going through it, which with you all as well.
Wonderful. Yes. So this is what it looks like when you pull it up. If you pull it up on a computer, it looks just slightly different if you're pulling it up on your telephone. Um, and it's broken up into sections. So the first section is transportation. And we ask, how do you travel around the district most of the time? And you can select all that apply. Um, we've got lots of options here. If there's something that you're using to travel around the districts that's not on the list, it's a long list. You are welcome to put that into other and type that in. But we have lots of different options. But this helps us understand what folks are using, what's working. If there are a lot of older adults who are utilizing the paratransit system, that would be really helpful to understand, or bikes and scooters.
Yeah, that's really important. I know under Transport DC or Metro Access, but maybe y'all could for next time add like Amtrak or Greyhound.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure, but that's just what I'm thinking. But it's a really good list. I would put like bus, metro, scooter, Uber. So and it's good because that way you'll be able to see how, what's being used the most.
Yes.
So that would
Yeah,
be
it's
really helpful
helpful.
for that'll be helpful for age-friendly DC. So make sure you select and read each question because they could ask different things like multiple answers or one answer. So this one says select all that apply. So make sure you select all that apply to that question.
Yes. Yeah, when I come back, I'll be talking about some walkability audits in the future. Age friendly, we work a lot and spend a lot of time thinking about transportation infrastructure because transportation is something that folks mention repeatedly as being um, important.
Yes,
Um,
all
whether
over
it's,
DC.
yes, absolutely. And so this question is trying to understand better um, what you feel that the district should make safer. Is it sidewalks that should be focused on, crosswalks, parking? If there are things that aren't on here, because it's not a super long list, please do put that into the other option. So those are just two transportation questions. And I'm gonna move to the next section. The next section is housing. It asks what type of housing you live in. I think it's important to understand where older adults are living. I think there are a lot of misconceptions that older adults live in one type of housing or another, or that folks are living in, you know, solely senior housing. And that's just not true. There are folks living in all different types of housing situations. So we have lots of different options here. Number 4, do you rent or own the place where you live? There's also an option for, you live with someone else who owns it or pays rent. This one is new and I think very interesting. Will your current home meet your needs if you have a significant change in physical abilities? So if you become more disabled. To give you an example, my father was in an accident a couple of years ago and went from, having no mobility issues to having to learn how to walk again. So it's not necessarily just age related, but a lot of houses are not built to be accessible. So would your current home, be able to accommodate the needs that you have with maybe no modifications, like it's be ready to roll today, with minor modifications, or is major work necessary?
That's a good question to ask. We've had rebuilding together and safe at home on our sessions before, so I think some would answer. Some have already had some of those modifications, but maybe if
Good.
yeah, and if you get a lot of no's, then that could, let age-friendly DC know who maybe to contact and to spread more information about.
Yeah. And this one is about neighborhood safety, and this has been on the survey for many years. In your opinion, how safe is your neighborhood? Very unsafe, unsafe, more or less safe, neither safe nor unsafe, and then safe and very safe. I'm going to move on to the next section. Community amenities or services. Do you regularly utilize a local wellness center or recreation center? Do you regularly utilize parks in your neighborhood? And then the next one has a lot of options, but we're really trying to understand what makes it easier for folks to enjoy the parks. What makes it, the question is, are there any things that make it hard for you to use or enjoy the park? And there are a lot of different options here. I won't read all of them. Um, but because we do spend a lot of time focused on built environment, again, that's, outdoor spaces, transportation, housing. I think this is an important question to understand. How can we make it better? How can we make parks better for folks to utilize? Again, it's a lot of different options there. And you can go back and forth on this. So once you move forward, you can always, you can go back.
Oh, Hannah, for number 7,
Yes.
maybe a recommendation is to also
Yeah,
add the distinction of dining sites, because not all the, all the wellness centers, they are dining sites, but not all the dining sites are wellness centers. I know there are a few that just go to their dining site, which is a lot of the time their apartment, and maybe not necessarily the wellness center.
that's a great point. Yeah, if anyone has feedback on the survey that, oh, yeah, I'd like to see that option, please do share it, whether it's now or in the chat or later. I truly welcome that information. We want to make this as user friendly and as logical as possible.
This is great. These are some really important questions.
Thank you. Next questions are around community engagement. So have you engaged in a volunteer opportunity in the past month? I know that there have been a lot of changes in work requirements that are coming up and have already started for Medicaid and for um, SNAP, I believe. And I I don't know how many people are aware, but you can, instead of working in a paid opportunity, volunteering also counts for many of those. And I think we have a lot of work to do to improve the opportunities for volunteerism for folks who want that or who could benefit from that, who need that those hours to be able to maintain some of the programs that they're in. Have you participated in any social and cultural activities in the past month? Have you taken any classes or participated in any training sessions or workshops?
Everyone here will say yes.
That's an easy answer. Have you voted in an election in the past year? How
Um,
often do you, oh, yes,
oh, and in regards to voting, well,
yeah,
we just had Rank the District on talk about, they're a really great organization to work with.
yes. I learned a lot from a couple of different organizations, some of the public organizations about ranked choice voting leading up to this last election. Um, I'm glad that they're there doing the education that they are. Let's see. How often do you have contact with family, friends, or neighbors who don't live with you? And this is really trying to understand a little bit more about social isolation and people's networks, because uh, social isolation it can be a huge challenge for folks. um, if there aren't networks in place to support you um, to live like you want to live. If you were in trouble, do you have friends or family who can help you at any time of day or night? Do you, and the final question in this section is, do you belong to a DC village? Which is another incredible program.
So many across DC.
So many. All right, I'm going to move on to communication. Normally, when filling this out and not going through it in this way, the average person fills it out in 15 minutes to give you an idea. Um, let's see. Do you live in a household with internet access? Like this communication one, I feel like is really, you all are gonna be a lot more in tune with it than maybe some other folks. Do you live in a household with internet access? Do you use a smartphone to access the internet? The choices are no, I don't have one. No, I have one, but I don't use it for the internet, or yes. And then a question around how you use the internet. And you can select all that apply. You don't use it. I imagine that's not the response for anyone here. Um,
Like
email,
I would fill out every single one.
lots of things. I mean, certainly virtual meetings, you all engage regularly here, so that's an easy check. And then this is one that we added as well. What format does the district need to use so that you have better access to information? You know, do we need to improve the size of font? Do we need to improve the language, making it more plain language instead of using a bunch of jargon and acronyms, I think is a problem sometimes. Website links below QR codes. So some people, don't feel comfortable scanning a QR code and would prefer the link underneath or somewhere nearby. Would you like captions on videos? Um, there is text to speech software so that you can hear things that have been typed, translation services, video descriptions, sign language, ASL, Braille, or other. How do you typically find out about important health and safety information? There are a number of different options here. And if there are, again, some that we didn't think of, would love to see those in the other category. So we asked where you're finding your information about health and safety. This one is, how difficult is it for you to find local sources of information about your health concerns and service needs? So maybe not the broad internet, but of local sources of information. Are you feeling comfortable? Are you able to find them like you want to? I think these are the last two questions in this section. In the past year, have you used DC's 311 system to request city services? Interested to know.
That's a good question. 311's involved in so many different things.
So many different things. Yes, and the final question in this section.
Scams.
Yes. Yeah, we want to better understand this. So in the
Hmm.
past year, how often have you received phone calls, emails, or text messages from people you did not know who were attempting to get money or personal information from you? And this is such a challenge. And I believe health is the last section before demographic information. So this asks, how would you rate your overall health? Do you have a disability? And if so, which category best describes that? Again, we're not associating this with your personal information. This just helps us understand what the needs of the community are. In the past year, have you experienced a fall that resulted in an injury? We also added two food security questions here. These are measures that are used in some other surveys. In the past year, did you worry that your food would run out before you got money to buy more? And then this one is similar, but in the past year, did you ever actually run out of food and not have money to get more?
I'm happy you all put those two questions. Nearly 14% of seniors in DC struggle to afford enough food, which is one of the highest rates in the nation, even though we're in DC. And about 20% face the threat of hunger. So this is a really, I'm happy that these two were added.
I'm so glad. Yeah, the statistics are alarming, but statistics are really just numbers for real people, and we need to better understand this. But this will help us understand in the district specifically what these numbers might look like. Um, and I think, some of you might be aware, but SNAP benefits went pre-pandemic. I was hearing like $250, $200, and they're now at about 30 for folks. And I just it's outrageous. It doesn't make
The
any
change,
sense.
it's yeah, it's
Yeah.
mm, mm.
All right, and this is the last section. So care support. Do you need any assistance with any of the following activities? Um, Eating, bathing, dressing, etc. And if you do have any personal care or assistance needs, are they being met? And by who? So is your family able to help meet those needs if you have any? Um, if if they're being met, maybe it's friends or someone who's being paid, either through the Department of Aging and Community Living or Medicaid, or maybe someone that's been hired as a care partner or home care worker, or maybe the needs are not being met. And then this one, to better understand, I mean, a lot of folks are providing care for other folks. So during the past month, did you provide care, unpaid care, or assistance to a family member or a friend?
Like watching as a child's child, like
Absolutely.
your grandkids, right? That would count.
Absolutely. Yep.
Hmm.
Because, I mean, we shouldn't frame all of these conversations as receiving services or benefits. I mean, the folks on this call and throughout the district and this country who are, 50 and above, 60 and above, 70 and above, are providing a heck of a lot of services, many unpaid to other folks,
Hmm.
to keep families moving forward, whether it's, caring for grandkids, caring for other older adults who may need assistance. Um, yeah, there's a lot of work being done by older adults to keep our economy and our families healthy and moving forward. All right. And then these are your demographic questions. And again, they are not tied to your name or any other information. It asks, what ward do you live in? What is your zip code? Because zip code and ward, some zip codes go through multiple wards. How many years have you lived in DC? It asks who's in your household. So do you live alone? Are you living with a friend, roommate, spouse or partner, children, grandchildren? And you can select all of them and then add others. Is it a niece or a nephew or, um, you know, some other relationship there? It asks how old you are. There's age ranges here, so you don't have to put the specific number. It asks how you describe your gender identity, so a man or a woman, or it could be non-binary or transgender. You can define it however you prefer. Um, how would you describe your race? This is the same question as it is on the census, with the same options. Same with this question. Are you of Hispanic or Latino origin or heritage? Yes or no? What's your highest level of education that you completed? What's your current employment status? Are you working, self-employed, unemployed, or retired? And this is the final multiple choice question. How difficult is it for you to meet the monthly payments of your bills? And then there's an open-ended question here, and it says, is there anything else you want us to know about aging in the district? Yes, and I would strongly encourage you to put anything here that comes to mind. If we're not asking about it and you think we should, any other comments, would really welcome that here. And then the last page says, thank you for your response. You're going to help us better understand how to support community members to have a positive aging experience. If you'd like to be entered into the drawing for $100, you can visit the link below, and you can provide your name and email address. And then we're going to pull two names between this and the paper surveys in August. So you can, let's see, click here to enter your contact information into the raffle, and it will take you to another site so that they're not tied together. They're
Right.
not
The
related.
main thing though, is once you fill this out, you have to go back and submit your responses from before. Is that correct?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yes. So don't forget to hit submit. But if you hit submit
Yeah,
first,
great
you won't be
question.
able to hit the link, correct?
Yes.
For
And if
the
that
contact.
happens and you fill it out, you can let me know. You can always message me, or you can open up the survey again and just go through it without hitting submit. Just kind of like I was doing without putting in answers. You're welcome to do that as well.
Yeah. So once you get to the end, make sure you click on this link. So if you want to enter the raffle for, you may win $100 for just providing your feedback to, basically to DC. So you can really impact DC by filling out this form. And once you
Okay.
fill out the contact info, you go back to that other tab and then you hit submit.
Yes. Yeah, that's a great point. Um, Here we'll ask for your name and your email or address. We don't have a phone number on here for, not really sure why that is, but we will get in touch with you through email if you put your email, or message, or send something to your address. You're also welcome to throw your phone number in here on any of these.
Yeah. And I think it said by August 24th for the
Yes.
raffle.
Yes. So
So
you have another month.
yeah, a whole month. So I hope hopefully it's one of our folks that wins
Yes.
it. So make sure everyone on the call you really fill out the form. I myself, but I hear from seniors all the time that they want to let folks know, like DC government, they want to let the mayor, all of those figures about what's going on. So this is a great way to do so because with Hannah's presentation, Dr. Hannah's presentation, Age Friendly Work DC works with the folks that make the work happen, but also the government officials. So, all different levels, of impact to our senior community. So,
Absolutely.
thank you so much for going over this, Hannah, with us. And
Thank
it was
you.
really cool to see each question and just explaining the thought process behind each one. I hope that encourages a lot of folks to, do it. So, um, okay, so we do you fill out the contact and then you hit submit and then you're pretty much done, right?
And then you're done. And we will let you know if your name was drawn. I'm going to stop sharing my screen here, if that's okay.
Okay. Yes, and um, you said you would put your contact info
Yes.
in the chat just in case.
Yes.
But
Thank you.
would any would anyone like to comment? Have you filled out the survey already? And even for the raffle. Any comments? What do you think of the survey? But again, this is a great way to share how you feel and what should change and what needs to change, what's going well, especially that very last question with the open-ended answer. I mean, if you like a certain program, if you want certain programs to stay in continuance or to add to the program, then you can indicate that in that last open-ended question. So, as we wait for questions, any other thoughts or um
I'm I just appreciate you all listening to me and taking the time. I hope to fill out the survey. But if you are interested in following up, if you'd like to have a conversation, I would welcome it, and I do welcome feedback. Um, yeah, I have no problem whether it's positive or negative or constructive. That's great. That's what I'm here for.
Any thoughts on the survey and any comments? Have you filled it out already?
I
Are you going to
filled
fill
it
it out?
I filled it out, but I hit submit and I didn't look for.
Oh, that's okay. Actually, Louise, I'll send you in the chat the link for that contact. So give me one moment, okay? But
For the
for the
raffle.
yeah, for the route. I got you.
Okay.
But you were able to fill out all 44 questions?
I think I answer all. I don't.
Yeah, and then you hit submit, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
Thank
well,
you.
oh, thank you, Miss Louise.
I
We
was trying to
appreciate you.
catch up with her.
Oh no, it's
Sorry, I was going too quickly on some of them,
here,
but
Louise,
thank you
because
for taking the time.
Yeah.
yes. Oh, thank you, Louise. That made my heart happy today. And I sent you the link. So look at your chat, and that's the link for the contact form. So you can put your name, email, address, and then you'll be able to be put in the raffle.
Okay.
You see the link in the chat, Louise? I sent
I'm
it, I DM'd it to you.
I'm looking.
Okay. You'll see it. Okay, go to the chat and then make sure you tap on next to everyone. It will be my direct message. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, let me know. Hey, Yvonne, I see your hand up. Thank you for joining today.
Oh, yes, this was quite interesting. I'd like to ask Hannah if they've offered this survey prior to this year. I don't recall ever hearing about it or seeing anything about even the age-friendly office. I'm not aware of the fact that everybody knows about it.
Yes, you're bringing up great points, and thank you. I would say we have a lot of work to do to share who we are and what we're doing with folks. Because yeah, the office has been around for a long time, but inevitably when I'm, speaking to folks, not a lot of people know about it. So we need to really build understanding of the work that we're doing. And the livability survey has been going on for a number of years, but what you're saying um, is echoed by many that they hadn't heard about the livability survey either before. We are working very hard this year to get the word out, to
Mhm.
provide paper copies at lots of different places, to elevate the opportunity online through other organizations. And the next month, we're going to have a big push around the livability survey also. So we're asking ANC commissioners, council members, and other folks who have large platforms to elevate that work and to send the link out and put it into their stuff. So I'm hoping that you'll see it there also if you're on any of those listservs. But
Yes.
yeah,
And
we,
I
yeah,
had another concern. I know on the transportation, the right turn on red, there's confusion about that. Uh, some of us do, in fact, still drive, and even younger people, share drivers, don't know whether they can turn on red or not. And a lot of the um, sidewalks need repairing. I know down at Fort Stevens, I think the Mayor Bowser did go through the trouble of getting the sidewalks repaired because people were stumbling over sidewalks, young and
mhm,
old alike. So while this is for age friendly, targeting seniors, a lot of these questions apply to younger people as well.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Yes. I like to say, I mean, if you make the city a better place to live for older adults, it will be a better city for everyone.
Absolutely.
um, Age friendly we have to be considering both the needs of older adults, the needs of young children, because also if you make the city better for children, it improves it for everyone. So we do take a life course approach. Some of our things are focused on older adults specifically, like with the survey, we want to hear from folks, but if we can improve these things, which will improve the lives of older adults, everyone benefits. And the same can be said for folks living with disabilities. People with
Mhm.
disabilities need those sidewalks to be better too. And if we, make the city a better place for people with, mobility issues or others, it's better for everyone. Whether you're pushing a stroller or a walker or just maybe not feeling sure on your feet.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for the presentation today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Yvonne. You checked out the link in the chat, or are you planning on filling out that survey?
Yes, I certainly will.
And make sure you fill out that raffle so you may win $100.
I can use it. Sure.
And for those two concerns, Yvonne, no, thank you for sharing that, and to Hannah as well. We appreciate it. And make sure you put that under the open-ended question too. So you could put the answers for the sidewalk questions from before, but in the open-ended, if you want to put those exact concerns, I think that would be very helpful.
Yes, and parking. I use the parking. I use Shepherd Park, Juanita Thornton Library on Georgia Avenue.
Mhm.
Uh, Recently, an apartment building was built right next door, so there's no parking. So I've applied to the library for accessibility usage so that I can have books mailed that I need for
Mm,
book club because there's no parking other than the small parking lot. And
it's
so
a
I
very small
imagine
parking lot.
a lot of seniors would just drive by and say, I'm not going to bother to go to the library because there's no parking. Uh,
Yeah.
that's something, minimal parking spaces available around the libraries. Especially, I'm talking about the Shepherd Park, this
Yeah.
Winnie Thornton Library on Georgia Avenue, particularly. And I applied for accessibility loan usage to get books, but it's been a while, Alex, but I've not
Mm.
heard from them.
Oh, that's good to know.
Uh, you, you got to
Because
let
we
Jordan
encourage
know.
folks to do
So
that.
try. Sorry, Hannah. You got to let
Oh
Jordan
no.
know. Send him an email, okay?
I did. I mentioned it to Jordan, and he said he's not in that
Yeah,
department, but
he's
he would
not.
look
So
into it.
yeah, he'd be able to do a push. So I mean, it does take quite a minute. I know it's been a while, but
Yeah.
I'll nudge him again for you, okay?
Thank you so much.
And thank you, Yvonne, for your question. And make sure to check out the survey in the chat.
Absolutely. I will do that.
I see we have three hands. Oh, I love all these questions, folks. Y'all are so amazing. Real quick, Miss Foster, you filled out the survey already. You hit submit, but is that what you did? Make sure you hit unmute. You filled out the survey, but you had missed the raffle link. Is that correct? Please let me know. Okay, just to confirm that everything is good, okay? Um, all right, I see we have three hands. We have Ms. Doris first. Thank you so much for participating, and I hope you checked out the link in the chat.
Yeah, I checked out the link, but I haven't filled it out. I just want to ask about traffic problems. Like we have people racing up and down the street. I've called 311 and they put in a form, but nobody's been out yet to put out some speed humps. And then the other problem we have is that one of these streets is do not enter. It's one way, come in the opposite way, and they steady go down that street every day, which is endangering people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
So should that be added onto the form or
Yes,
just,
for that open-ended question, I would put any concerns you have about the district, anything. I will put in that very last question, number 44, I think it was, where do you want to let us know anything else about DC?
okay then? Thank you.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
please. And Miss Doris, if you feel comfortable, if you wanted to say specifically what that street is,
Yeah, I mentioned it to the
okay,
transportation person that came to the meeting, but they still doing it. Now
okay.
when Commander Conti was here, he had a car to sit down there during the rush
Mm,
hour, and to let you know how many cars would go there, the man would write out his whole ticket book. And now they don't have anybody since he left. This area has went down because
Mm.
he works for the FBI now.
mm.
I will put all of that in that open-ended answer and just share everything so that way it could be, addressed.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you for sharing and thank you for caring about your community.
All right.
We have Ms. Brenda next. You have a question, comment? Thanks so much for joining.
Well, I just I just have a comment. I just completed my survey form and I entered the raffle of the
Hey.
of the $100. And I think my only concern, well, in my open ended, it wasn't a question, it was a statement.
hmm
Um I think a lot of the mortgage companies are targeting seniors
Yes.
because they call every year or every 2 years to see if you want to refinance, and it's happened to me quite a few times, and I'm kind of sick of it. So that was in
I
my
bet.
that was in my open-ended statement. But just wanted to let you know that I did complete it.
Thank you. And thank you for sharing that also. Um, I mean, there are scams and then there are, I don't know if it's manipulation or how you can phrase that, but when people are really just like looking, at older adults as targets,
Yeah,
maybe it's not a
stereotypes. They don't
scam,
know technology. They won't know what to do.
mm,
They'll just say yes to anything. So
but the
that's what they're preying on.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's that combination because maybe it's technically not a scam when they're doing that, but it becomes overwhelming
I
It
when you're
does.
getting these folks reaching out like that.
I
And then
sub
these are supposed to be reputable mortgage companies, and
oh yeah.
they still keep coming back to you,
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
telling you what we can do for you and how we can save and all of this. And yeah,
Me
yeah,
too. And the thing is, I
mm,
paid off my house, and they
mm.
still do it. So what do I supposed to do?
yeah.
I live
Oh,
on the street while they come and I said, this is ridiculous. I already paid it off, but they still send the letters and offer,
Oh yeah. Or call
hmm
you.
They
Yeah.
and they
they've been
call.
sending me. I got about 30 texts on there where they saying I applied for a loan. I haven't applied for no loan.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah,
So
that's a
I talked
phishing.
to AAR fraud department, and
Good.
Good.
he
I'm
told
so
me to
glad that you
send.
did that.
He
They're hard.
said to send him 10 numbers at a time. So I plan to do that this week.
Wow.
The Department of Insurance, Security and Business, DISB, and DC government also tracks frauds and scams and those kinds of things. So
Yeah,
AARP
Adult
is a great
Protective
resource.
Services as well.
Yes.
APS from DACO. That's
They're
we
annoying.
have them on every month. So
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Louise, were you able to see the link you were able to fill out your contact info for the raffle?
Yeah, I put my address and my
Okay, that goes through
email.
that 3 question form, right? That
It says submit when I
yeah.
finish
So you put your name, you put your address, you put your email,
email.
correct? Yeah, so you got to hit submit.
Yes, I did
Mm.
hit submit.
Oh, I know that's right. I'm just making sure, Miss Louise. We appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
And then Miss, I saw your hand, Miss Foster, but you submitted the form, but you just needed the raffle form. So I did direct message you that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Miss Brenda, did we answer your question
Oh
or
yeah.
comment?
It wasn't really a question. It was just a
Oh,
statement.
oh yeah. We
Just wanted
appreciate
to
you.
put it
I
out.
we
No, I start ignoring them now. I don't answer. I'm
Yeah.
tired of them.
Thank you all so much for filling out the form again. I always want opportunities, and you always talk about how you want to share your words and your thoughts and how you feel, to make, changes in DC. So that I hope this is a easy and great way that you guys are able to do that.
Okay.
Um,
Alex, I have another concern.
Okay,
That is,
I do have 2 hands though, Miss
oh,
Savant. So
I'm sorry.
it's okay. If you haven't filled out make sure you're writing these concerns down too. If you're not filling it out right now, write them down so you could put them in number 44 when you get to that question. Okay. Ms. Dina, you had a question or comment for Hannah today, Dr. Hannah.
Yes, hi. Um, I subscribe to the Beacon magazine,
Mm.
And I have filled out multiple these questionnaires to no avail. But as far as these people sending the advertisements for buying your home,
Mm.
Mm.
what gets me, they don't think that you have children, to leave your home to, or other family members, you know, and they keep sending stuff to your home. And another thing, if you don't have a for sale
Yeah.
sign in your yard,
Too,
what makes
right.
them think want to sell your home?
Right.
That's my little comment. Thank you so much.
Thank
That's what
you.
I asked them. Do
Ask
they
me
see
That's
a
Please
really
too.
put that in
nice.
sign?
number 44, Ms. Dina. Make sure you put that number 44 for the survey, okay?
Yeah, Miss
Okay.
Dana. I tell them if they don't see a sign in the yard, don't call me.
Right. Or like you don't have family members to leave your home to. My goodness.
Mm. Well, that's why we're in this together. We're a community, and we're much smarter than they think we are. Whoever is sending those, we're much smarter than that. So
Oh,
I
But
appreciate you sharing.
I have many.
how do they
I
get your
have two
phone number?
more. We have
That's what. How do
we
they
have
get
two
your
more
phone
hands.
number?
We have Miss Anne. Thank you for your patience. You have a question or comment for Dr. Hannah today?
Yeah, I have a question about where do I do the survey? I mean, the raffle. I fill the
So you
forms.
have to fill out the survey first, Miss Anne. So did you click on the link in the chat?
Yeah, I did that for the form. I did that.
Yeah, so once you go to the next one after 44, you'll be able to
Hmm.
see the link in before you hit submit. So did you already hit submit for the survey?
Yeah.
Okay. If you already hit submit for the survey, then check your direct message and I just sent you that contact form, okay, for the raffle.
Okay.
So
That
if you
okay.
yeah, just make sure that you hit submit before, because Hannah, please correct me if I'm wrong, but if you fill out the contact form but you don't hit submit on the survey, then it won't work out. Is that correct?
So
Um,
for the
yes.
for the for the survey, I hit submit. I'm looking for
Mhm.
the
Yeah,
raffle.
so
Where do I go for
I
that?
just sent you the link for it. So check your chat, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Hannah, was that correct what I just said or no?
Yes. I mean, there's a bit of an honor system, hoping that you're actually filling it out and then hitting submit on the raffle. But because we've pulled them apart, because we want to respect your privacy, and your
Personal information.
yes. So we make sure that we don't look at both of those at the same time. But yes, we ask that you do hit submit on the um, survey and then hit submit on the other one for the raffle, and don't just fill out the raffle link. But you could technically. I ask that you don't do that though.
It's so amazing. We've already had so many people on the call fill it out. So you guys are definitely showing up for your community. Um, so yes, okay. Again, make sure you check your DMs for those. Again, fill it out. But we appreciate you. Miss Louise, I see you have your hand up. You have another question or comment for Hannah?
Yeah, I was always trying to figure out which is the village that I could um, get in touch with. And I did once, and somebody came to my house and they never called back. And so
Oh,
I saw village on one of the questions. So
Yes.
didn't know whether it was Capitol Hill or which one is near
Uh,
to Ward 5. I don't know if there's one
there's
in
a few of them, Louise. So in your direct message, I just sent you their website so that way you could give them a call, because if they have a lot of great services like
yeah.
health and wellness, community, food, transportation, technology, et cetera, et cetera. So
Mhm.
I just put their website for you.
Okay, I see it.
And then that way you could see the different ones, and then you could do the contact if you want to do it that
Mhm.
way. Well.
Okay.
Yeah, if you go under villages, if you click on that tab and you hit find a village, then you can hit click here to enter your address, and then it'll
DC Village's homepage, DC Village.
yeah, you'll be able to find your village, and you'll also be able to join a village or find or join a village if you hit the villages tab next to about us. Yeah, so click on the link and then you'll be able to look at the website for that.
Mm.
Okay. You're good, Louise? You see the link?
I click on it and it's a DC Village homepage.
Yeah, so you're on the home page, and then if you see all the options at the top, like About Us, Villages, Our Impact, you can hit Villages. You can find the village closest to you, but you can
Dot
also
org. They
you can
say
hit
villages.org.
yeah, dcvillages.org. Tap on the link and you'll be able to see all the tabs at the top.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, let me know. Let me know though. I really want you to take advantage of them if you can. Um thank you, Louise. Mr. Ronald, so you've hit submit for the 44 questions, but did you not hit the link for the raffle? Is that right? Make sure you hit unmute. Just let me know. You said you finished the survey, so you told me that. So I'll send you the link, but just to make sure you hit submit for the survey, but you weren't able to hit the link for the raffle contact information. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. Well, I sent it to you in a DM. So as long as you hit submit for the actual survey, you can fill out those 3 questions for the raffle. Okay.
Thank you.
I thank you for filling it out. Oh my gosh, Dr. Hannah, they is showing up and showing out.
I appreciate you all, but I also appreciate this feedback, which is that it doesn't sound like it's super user friendly at that end there. So I'll try and change some of the wording for the next group of folks who fill it out and make sure that it's a little bit easier to use. It was a little bit tricky trying to separate the
No,
information and make two
you had to
links.
do what you had to do because that was it goes to a separate tab, so folks have to know how to go back to the other tab. So
Yeah.
I maybe in the form, I know it's a Microsoft form, you can just put make sure to hit, make sure to fill out this form and then go back to this to the survey tab and hit submit. Or yeah, so that I think that maybe that would be helpful.
Okay.
And like in big bold letters, make sure to hit submit. Um, thank you, Ron, for sharing that DM again, so that way you can make sure that you rightfully enter that raffle as you should. Um, I hope, Ms. Denise, thank you so much for your patience. You have a question or comment for Dr. Hannah today? I think this will be the
Well,
last one.
I think I heard, but so you're saying I can't enter the raffle without doing a survey.
Yes, so
That's what you're
have you
saying.
checked out the link for the survey?
No, I seen her going over, but I was wondering about entering the raffle, but you saying I have to do that first.
Yeah,
Or
you have to
so,
go through the survey first, and then the link will be after you do the open-ended 44, you'll hit the link in there, and then you'll fill out the
uh,
contact info, and then you'll go back and then hit submit. So that way you can submit the survey and the raffle.
mhm.
Hmm. So you got this.
Yeah, I know, but I ain't. I was just thinking I
You
could
have to
just
go in.
enter the raffle without doing that survey.
No,
The raffle is just for the folks who who take the time to do the survey. That's our hope to incentivize you to spend the time because we do
Mhm.
appreciate that it takes some time.
Well, I was on here. So I already did it.
I
I
could
heard you
ask
talk about.
well,
more
yeah,
questions.
well, Ms. Denise, the link is in the chat, so please fill it
Uh,
out. It'll be very helpful, okay?
Yeah.
Mhm.
All
Alex,
right.
I have a concern. I get these letters that appear to be legitimate from utilities. I know during the last election, there were scandals about our utilities, and you get letters asking you to. I was looking for the letter. Can't remember where I placed it. Most recently, it was representing transferring your bill for gas to another
Yeah.
private
Mhm.
concern. And I dare say they're probably targeting seniors. And I'd like to alert our seniors to think very carefully about switching to one of these private concerns regarding your utilities, be it Pepco, water, DC water, or gas, DC gas, because I did it once and I reverted back to Washington Gas, because I did find they offer sometimes a lower rate and then it hikes. So be careful when you get these letters and they're not legitimately from Washington Gas. And I think there needs to be some guardrails around these kinds of letters sent to probably across the board, seniors and others, I would imagine.
Amen.
I
letter
would put that
yesterday.
under number 44. So make sure all these things that you're saying, make sure you put that under number 44 in the survey. So do you have your list of things that you're going to put in that section?
Yeah, I just got one from for the gas yesterday. I was gonna call the gas company and ask them, do they know about it?
Yes, mine is from Washington Gas. It's not from Washington Gas, but
It's from a private
a
company, right?
private company,
Mm-hmm.
yes. And
Mm-hmm.
very often they will have images that appear to be Washington Gas or Pepco or DC Water. So you have to look closely because they're not the same.
Right.
Yeah, so I would definitely put that under number 44 if you have a concern, okay? We
Okay.
appreciate you sharing that, Yvonne, and everyone else. Um, Last question, because wow, time flies when you're having fun. Ms. Dina, do you have a question about the survey?
Uh, I just want to say also, as far as our neighborhoods are concerned, in my area there aren't any grocery stores. And I hear on the news there are a lot of those trucks that deliver foods on a truck to people in their areas. But in my area, we have the Addison Plaza that had a Safeway and everything. That's been removed. So we have to go to Forestville. And there was a Price Right and Shoppers or something up there. Those are all have been removed. So that's a concern. I mean, there aren't any grocery stores for people to go to. Are
Yes.
y'all experiencing that?
Thank you for saying that. That is one question that I would like to have on, and it's a concern that is, um, shared by many and something that needs to be addressed. I mean, the disparities, they're called food deserts
Yeah, food
is the
deserts.
term
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
people use for it. But yeah, I mean, we can't expect people to eat period, but eat healthy foods
Mm-hmm.
if they can't get to the store. It
Right.
just it's outrageous. But thank you, and that's something that we want to ask about in the future also.
Oh my goodness, we had so much fun today, and I appreciate all of your questions. This was one of the liveliest sessions of the week and of the month, honestly. And I'm so happy that many of you have filled out the survey. So, I mean, everything you're talking about, it's on video. So, Hannah, you could review the video, but I'm
Thank
sure you've
you.
been taking notes on some of these concerns, and
Yes.
you have your way with just sharing these as well. So, I hope it's been helpful in meeting our seniors, and you see, they ain't afraid to share what they have in
I
mind, and as you said, for all of everything that said, you're like, oh, I've heard this before. So, for everyone on the call, don't feel like you're alone because a lot of others are also experiencing those things. So, number 44, everything you guys talked about, you have to put in that open-ended and literally like write as much as you can. This is really a great way to share your thoughts in an easy way in a when that we do, and because of age-friendly DC and their connections, I think it's like, especially Wild Tech and our community, we should definitely lead the way in sharing it. So please, others, copy the link in the chat, share with others that anyone 50 and up in DC. I mean, that's a lot of folks. So your sister, your cousin, your brother,
yes,
friends and
please.
family. If you're at dining sites again, please, or your recreation centers, like share what you learned today with them. So I know every year we need more and more information, so more and more seniors to fill it out. So please do so. Um, Really, really quick, Mr. Adams, did you have a comment for today? I appreciate you joining us. Really quick, Mr. Adams, did you have a comment for
Yeah,
today?
I just have a question. I heard the lady talk about something called DC Village. What is
Yes,
that?
yes, the villages. Do you want to quickly go over that, Hannah?
Sure. Yes. So villages are a concept where you are supported in your community, mostly by volunteers who also live in your community. They can help with things like grocery shopping, rides to appointments, you know, leaf and snow removal when it's that time of year. They can help with tech issues. The idea is that they're in geographic areas. So Capitol Hill has a village. I'm in Ward 4, so we've got East Rock Creek Village up here. And there are new villages opening all the time. We've got 3 that are in process, I think, right now in Wards 7 and 8, I believe. Um, so they are incredible models, but the idea is that they are helping folks in the community stay in the community and support them in their homes.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
thank you. Because I'm in Ward 5, so I can, when I go up to the
There's
model
one
city.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's a great the intergenerational. I think it's Brooklyn intergenerational.
Yeah, it's Brooklyn Intergenerational Village. Yeah, that's the Ward 5 one. So I would check that out, Mr. Adams. But if you have some assistance, you're able to yourself, you could go to dcvillages.org, and that way you could see the information there. But I just put in my address, and I know which one mine is, but you're able to put your address in, and it'll tell you what based on your location, what village you are eligible for.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for your question. Thank you, Hannah, for joining. We really
Thank
spent,
you.
a lot of time, and that is no challenge at all because we had so many folks actually do the forum. Last year we talked about it. I did put last year's presentation in the chat from Gail and actually you, Hannah. So you can, see the difference, and we appreciate that overview. You did such an amazing job. That presentation, your background, everything made sense. And it,
Thank
it
you.
really helped, legitimize, of course, but also just prove why we need these kind of surveys. So that way we can hear from our community members that we serve, so we can better serve them and they have a better life in general. And I like what you said. When we help seniors or older adults, we help everyone in our community. So I'm always remember that from now on. Any thoughts on our groups? What do you think? What's your reception? How do you feel after speaking with our seniors today?
Well, I'm thrilled to be here, and I'm really looking forward to being back and to talking with you all more because we definitely do a lot of different things, a lot of different programming, and there's not enough time in one visit to talk about that. So I'm excited to come back because at least a couple of you mentioned walkability and sidewalks and the safety as you're getting around, and that's what the next presentation is really talking about is opportunities to work on that in the community.
Amazing. You'll be with us towards the end of August. So August 25th on your calendars, folks. So talk about those walks that Age Friendly DC does. So important. Physically see what's going on, point out what's going on, record what's going on. And by then that will be like the day after the raffle. So maybe
Yes.
if one of us is on that wins, that maybe you recognize the name, then that would be a welcome surprise for our
Oh,
group.
fun. Okay. Yeah, I love that.
So there's more incentivized. Maybe one of you all will win, and then we could do a whole celebration for you. So thank you, Hannah. This was definitely a highlight. It'll be on our YouTube, so please share with others and use it for yourself
Thank
however you
you.
would like. And we'll see Hannah once again. Let's thank her so much for doing such a wonderful job and for being such a great guest. So thank you, Dr. Hannah.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you all.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
Have a
you.
wonderful
Very
afternoon.
important.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Have
thank
a
you.
Thank
wonderful
you.
afternoon, Dr. Hannah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.